If you have ever started an organizing project only to fail at finishing it, then this video is for you. Hi, Audrey Thomas with Organized Audrey, bringing you the first in several videos in a new series that I'm doing called Organizing Fundamentals. I've been hearing from several people saying, it's the new year, I really want to start out fresh. It's time, it's a clean slate. Help me get better organized. Other reasons that people are saying that they want to get more organized is they just want to feel more in control. With everything going on in the world today, they just need to know that they're in charge and in control of their environment. Some people are saying because they're working a lot more at home now, they have poor balance and they want to bring back some of that balance to their lives. So this video is going to answer this question here. What does it mean to be organized? Because everybody's got different definitions. And if you go to the dictionary, you're going to get those definitions there. But the definition that I like to use is this one. You find everything you need when you need it. You get everything done when it's due. Let that sink in and say it, repeat it with me. You find everything you need when you need it. You get everything done when it's due. So what does that look like? What are some of those components? Well, let me break it down for you. So when it comes to finding your stuff, I've got a couple tips here that I'm going to just enlarge the screen here for you. So no more stacks and no more piles, because these things immediately contribute to you having clutter and disorganization. You also want to be mindful of stashing and dashing. So somebody's coming over, you quick grab all your stuff and you hide it away. Well, that again only contributes to your disorganization and your inability to find it when you need to use it. The next time you're shopping, whether you're electronically, you're looking at an electronic shopping cart or you're actually in the store, before you put something in that shopping cart, I want you to ask yourself, where is this going to go when I get it home? Because when you bring new things into your home, you need to create space for it. It needs to have a specific home so that when you need to use it again in the future, you can easily put your hands on it and find it. And then magically, you can put things away when you're done using them. So the second half of that definition is getting things done when they're due. So I use a couple different tools that I want to share with you here today. One is reminders on my calendar. I will often put reminders on my calendar. Let's say I've got an early Monday morning phone call. I will put a reminder on my calendar for Sunday night just to remind me that I've got that meeting on Monday morning. Another tool that I like to use is I create tasks or to-do items, and I use a task app on my phone. And there's so many task apps out there, but if you tend to like electronic type reminders, maybe it's time to find a task app that really meets your needs. And the next up is if you are tired of paying your bills late, you're tired of paying those late fees, then why don't you sign up for automatic bill pay, and while you're at it, sign up for paperless notifications. So you will get an email a couple days or maybe a week before that item is deleted or taken out of your checking account, so that you have plenty of notification and you won't overlook paying it. Your credit score will go up as a result of this, and the amount of paper coming into your home obviously will decrease as well. Next up, setting an alarm. I use the alarm on my cell phone all the time. If I have multiple phone calls or phone meetings or Zoom meetings throughout the day, I will set an alarm for every one of those meetings to ring 5 minutes before it starts. Because let's be honest, sometimes we get really engrossed in other projects and we forget a phone call or a phone meeting. And so I use the alarm on my phone all the time. I also have learned to break big projects into smaller pieces. Let's be honest. When we have a really big project, it can be overwhelming, and what happens a lot of times? You procrastinate on it until you're up against a deadline, and then you hurry and scurry and maybe not put 100% of your effort into it. And so figure out what the very first step might be in this big project and put an hour or 2 hour block of time on your calendar to address that first step. And then identify what some of the other steps are and start blocking those things out on your calendar so that when the deadline and the due date for that item arrives, you are more than ready and prepared to present that. And then finally, I say reward yourself. I'm all about rewards, and my reward almost always has to do with chocolate, but when you're learning how to do things in this way, and you're learning how to find things when you need it and get things done when they're due, you're changing human behavior that you've had in the past into new, healthier habits. And I think that's cause for celebration and to reward yourself. Now, what are the next steps after understanding now what the definition is of what it means to be organized? Well, I want you to answer these 3 questions. The first one is, how do I define organization? Because it might be different for you than it is for me. For some people, they say, if I know where my keys are and my kids and my cell phone, I'm organized. Others of you might say, you know what, if I can start getting to my meetings on time or sign in a couple minutes early, that will be a huge improvement for me. Or maybe there's a report that you have to do every month on the 15th. So maybe you're going to set a reminder on your calendar every month on the 10th to prompt you to start working on that report so that you can get it handed in maybe even a day early. So define what it means for you to be organized, and then ask yourself, what could my life look like once I get it better organized? And then what are the first steps I need to take? And as far as first steps, you don't want to miss out on my second video that I'm going to be sharing, because I'm going to be addressing very specifically what are the causes of your disorganization. Because it's one thing to make some changes and get all organized, but if you don't address what caused you to be disorganized in the first place, you're going to repeat that cycle and return to that. And so my second video is going to be addressing what causes clutter and what causes disorganization. So do yourself a favor and hit the red subscribe button below, and if you see a little bell, click on that as well so that you're notified when the next video comes due. I'm going to aim for about every 2 weeks on this series and really walk through this with you together. So I hope you have enjoyed this productivity pointer brought to you by Organized Audrey, where our goal is to help you get more done with less stress. Make it a great day.